Okay, so normally I don't do like follow-up videos that quickly, but I got some comments from the creator of the Man from Hell himself, Detro, and yeah, it just somehow motivated me to make a follow-up video anyway. But yeah, normally I don't do a follow-up video that quickly, but here I am right now doing one right now. So, you guys don't know. Okay, well, as I'm recording this video, it would have been 2 days ago. But yeah, like, some days ago, before this video even started, I made a video talking about, Detro's horror mod, The Mimic from Hell. Talking about its older versions all the way to its current version. However, ever since then, I actually thought of doing a follow-up video of this before, but I wanted to wait. But then I got a comment from Detro, and yeah, it just motivated me to make a follow-up video of it anyway. And originally, it was just going to be talking about the Mimic from Hell's like other designs. Because here's the thing, the designs I just showed you from what it looked like in the mods themselves, that's not just it. The Man from Hell actually had many other redesigns too, but they were never in, updated version of the mod or anything. They were posted in community posts though by Detro. I wanted to make a video about showing the other designs, but I didn't think it was really a good idea at first. Then Detro commented on my video, and I'm like, okay, so I guess it's a good idea to actually talk about his other designs now. But again, I didn't think that was a good idea at first until now. So, in this video, I'm actually going to be showing you guys the other designs of the Mimic from Hell, as well as talk about another mod that Detro made. And it's actually an infection mod. Now, I don't think I really need to explain what an infection mod is in Minecraft. Basically, you start a world, and then your world is basically slowly being infected by some kind of virus that turns many mobs into infected monsters. I don't think I really need to say much about that. There's many different Minecraft mods, even mods in Java that basically follow the exact same concept, which is, of course, the infection mods. And Detro makes infection mods. However, the particular one I'm going to be talking about is actually based around SCP-610, the Flesh That Hates. Now, I don't know much about SCP-610, but for what I know, it's supposed to be some kind of infection, some kind of flesh-like monster infection. That's all I can really think of what it's supposed to be. I could be wrong. I never read the wiki, so I don't know. I heard of it, but I just never read its wiki. But anyways, I'm gonna get on to the point and talk about the the Mimic from Hell's others design. Wow, I'm sorry. This video is not scripted. I'm going to be talking about the Mimic's other designs, okay? Let's do that. This is the first design that was shown in Detro's community post. Not gonna lie, it actually looks really good. Like, it's actually a pretty good design, at least for the most part. Overall, not so bad. Definitely looks very horrific, but there's better ones, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment. Here's its next design. Wow, that's a lot better than the last one I just saw. This is actually pretty good. It kind of looks similar to the other design, except more modeled, and it's a lot more bloody looking. Holy, now that's a peak design. This one's not so bad. I think I prefer the other design more than this. Not my design. I think the other one looks better though. Still, good job. Very good design. Yeah, this is definitely the best design so far. Holy shit. That is really amazing. Terrifying, but really amazing design. Yeah, this is definitely the best one. Fantastic job. Okay, I don't know why I turned this into an analog horror for some reason, but yeah. Overall, these designs on their own are really good, and it turns out, From Detro's comment, from what I can tell, these designs are probably still being used. He did say these designs are a mystery, so I'm assuming these designs are still being used for future versions of the Mimic from Hell. Hey, whatever the futures of this mod is, I can't wait to see what these better versions of the already great mod now will be like when they do release. Now let's talk about Detro's mod, The Flesh That Hates, also known as just another infection mod that's based around an SCP. And just like the last video, I'm actually going to be talking about all the versions of that mod too. Yes, I'm going to be talking about the older version all the way to the newer version now. Unfortunately though, unlike the last video where I go over the details, I'm going to make this one a little short, mainly because these mods just play the exact same. You know, you start up your world and then eventually your world starts getting infected, you gotta deal with infected monsters, rinse and repeat. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good reason for me to at least make this segment short. However, I will go over to the difference of these versions of the mods, and that's mainly the designs of the infected mobs themselves. Each different versions, the infected mobs have like their own different designs for each different versions. Not to mention, the difference of these mods too is that usually the newer versions adds in like new stuff. But yeah, let's get to the point. Alright, so let's take a look at the designs of the infected mobs from The Flesh It Hates. Now, this is actually from the first version of Detro's The Flesh That Hates mod. This is version 1.0.0. Now, obviously, this was made during the old days of Detro, so back then, the models were not that great. So this is what the mobs used to look like in 1.0.0. Very simple designs, nothing too crazy. Still cool to look at, but nothing too intense. But it does get better in the newer versions. Alright, so here we have version 2.1.0. Now as you can see, the infected mobs designs are a lot more different now. A lot more cooler in fact. Hell, they even added in some new infectors, like an Infector Enderman and all that. But yeah, you can clearly see that the infected mobs design from the Flesh That Hates mod have gotten significantly better. Like, the designs got a lot more horrific to look at now. But there's even better designs. Here is 0.3 version of the mod. And yeah, you can clearly tell that their designs has gotten significantly a lot better. And there's even new infecteds too, once again. And I think there's even a boss infected this time, which I'm pretty sure is one of those guys you can see in this picture. Overall, very great designs. Although I think the one downside I do have with this version is that their fleshy redness is just darker now instead of like being bright red. I kind of am digging the more bright red color instead of like the darkest red color they have now. But that's just me. Other than that, great designs. Now we have the latest version of the mod, the End update. Or it's just called the End. Now, this is actually a really good one too. And of course, the designs also got a lot better and better and better. As you can see, their designs has gotten even pretty much a lot better now. Although the fleshy skins are still dark red. Again, I usually prefer the brighter red, but it's still cool nonetheless. Oh yeah, I think there's also new infected in this latest version too. Oh yeah, and this version even adds in weapons this time. Yes, weapons. Very cool. And that's just about it, everyone. Now, I am glad I have to talk about both of these things for one video instead of just one, because if I just talk about one of these things and that's it, this video will be a lot shorter. But since I got to talk about two things, despite those two segments being somewhat short, it actually made the video somewhat a lot longer. I also want to thank Detro for giving me the heads up too, and of course letting me, now actually be able to make this video without causing problems. And of course, that's all I want to say. Oh, and I do want to give a very important mentions to all of you guys. Yes, all of you. Very important message. I better not see you weirdos out there drawing these weird, disgusting artwork of the Mimic from Hell. Because if I catch any of you drawing very disgusting and weird art of the Mimic from Hell, you're going to be in big trouble. And you wouldn't like trouble, would you? So I recommend you don't draw any weird shit about the Mimic from Hell. Ever. Good, I'm glad we have this conversation. Anyways, yeah, that's just about it for this video. You guys enjoyed it? Then, yeah, leave a like, comment down below if you guys feel like it. And anyways, fellas, I will catch you all in another video. Wait, what the